Yes, exactly. Welcome to Instant Discussions. Episode 29. Thank you. Thanks for that.
This is the 2 weeks.
Episode.
Or the 29.
We're not Law and Order.
That was the wrong one. Episode 29, though, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Keep going, I guess.
29 is a milestone.
Yeah, that's like...
It's a big milestone.
Isn't that...
Isn't
that's...
it?
Yeah, that's the...
that's that age where you could, oh, wait.
Kill people? New England, 1954 is where this movie takes place, which we call Clue. Which in England they call Cluedo. Did the movie come out as Cluedo in England?
Is that like...
Is it really?
Well, the game is Cluedo in England.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I thought
that's what I had read.
I don't like that at all.
That was a Spanish thing.
Well, it says it's in the U.S. It's called Clue.
It's not a Spanish thing?
No, it is from Spanish. The word Ludo.
Maybe it was like... So you're saying Europe in general.
European in general.
Where was this game made? Where in Europe?
Oh, it was originally made. They played it in the bunkers. Let's see.
North Korea.
Cards made in Belgium.
Yeah. Well, that's
Tokens
that's
made in Hong Kong.
That's
Never mind, this
Parker.
is
Yeah, that's Parker Brothers thing. No, if you want to know the history of it, it was created in 1944 by Anthony E. Pratt, an English solicitor's clerk.
So English. Okay.
Yes, it is British, and it was originally called Murder with an exclamation mark. And
that's
then
better.
Then they changed the name to Cluedo, taking the Latin word ludo, meaning play, and clue, meaning clue, and combining it, making Cluedo.
Not just Murdero?
Not just Murdero. Murdero would have been fun.
Murdero.
So
like a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's like the South American version.
So that's what they patented in 1947, and then but because of the war going on, I guess they didn't release it until.
Yeah, I don't know my history very well. What's going on there?
There's some sort of thing happening in Europe. I don't know, but they originally used to play Murder during lengthy air raid drills. That's where Pratt used to play this when it first started. So I guess the movie takes place in 1953. So I'm guessing the 1944 board game takes place in 1953. So this is a futuristic game.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi world of
set in the future,
taking place on Hill House. So the movie itself released in 1980.
Right?
3?
I don't know, I'm just guessing.
That's a good guess.
This packaging content
1985. What? The packaging?
86.
86
Copyright,
packaging?
yeah.
So that's based off the movie. That's why you have all the movie characters on there. Then came out the year after the movie. You see they definitely played up on the hit film.
You can see Christopher Lloyd right there.
Yeah, with his mustache.
Christopher Lloyd, isn't it?
It's
Doc Brown.
That's totally it.
That would have been so cool.
They put Doc Brown.
Just put Doc Brown.
The game's interesting because in the game
more interesting.
They always put Miss White as the maid, but she's not in this one.
I know, but it's not actually. Yeah.
No, she's not in this one. No, the original game had 10 characters.
Yeah,
and then they cut it down. Kind of talking about the game and the movie all in one. But I thought it would be interesting.
There's even space for 2 more characters on here.
I think I wanted to start this out. If for some reason you're in, I think that they didn't change. They forgot to change the board. If for some reason our viewers haven't watched the movie, I want to do a brief recap of the film.
Okay.
All right. So we've got our setting here. This is Hill House, and we first see I've got Wadsworth here. It's going to be played by Darth Vader. So Wadsworth comes in, and there's the dogs barking at him. He throws meat to them.
Yeah.
So they don't like. You can tell already. They don't like him.
Even already.
So he has to throw the meat to them to get in. All right. He comes into the hall.
I love great introductions of characters like that.
I like this. They slowly introduce each character. Everyone gets their intro. But this one's and then it already gets with the comedy there as he steps in the dog poop.
Yeah.
Has to scrape it off, and the running joke of that everyone's smelling the poop around him, not knowing it's him.
He doesn't smell right. Something doesn't smell right
about this guy. Maybe. All right. So he enters the hall. He meets up with the maids there in which room is she in?
She was in the billiard room.
She's in the billiard room.
Wasn't she? Or was she in the lounge?
She ended up.
She was cleaning. She was cleaning the glasses.
She was cleaning
So
the glasses.
She might have been in the lounge.
All right, so she was in the lounge, and he meets up with her. Then he goes around and checks on some more stuff.
We need the chef.
The chef. All right.
Right? Was the chef next?
Hippo. The hippo will be the
chef in the
all
kitchen.
Right. Yeah. So he goes to the hall.
Or maybe he went to the diner. I don't know. Or whatever.
All right. Well, she's in the kitchen there. Eventually, we get our first guest arriving.
Who is Colonel Mustard, right?
Yes, Colonel Mustard is the first one to
He's
arrive.
yellow.
Yeah. So he shows up and he says, "Hi, they said is it Colonel Mustard, right? Yeah, but my actual name is." Stop right there! Don't tell me your actual name because we're going to be playing this thing and everyone's got these things. Just stick to your alias. Okay. And he goes in to the lounge, sees her boobs,
Yep.
and
Pretty cool boobs.
yeah,
She had very nice breasts.
They I saw her later at a screening of Clue that they did.
Mm-hmm.
She looked really good in the movie. So our next guests arrived.
Was it Plum and Scarlet?
Yes.
Were they?
So Plum, so Scarlet is there. She's driving up the road, and her car breaks down. So Professor Plum, our hero, Christopher Lloyd, because he's awesome.
Because he's amazing. Just because.
He drives up in his DeLorean and picks up a girl because he has to hit on every girl there is.
We might be wrong. Actually, it's not.
Rewind.
Rewind. These two show up. I don't know which in order though.
Okay, I think White?
Peacock and White show up before they do.
Okay. So anyway, Peacock shows up, White shows up. I don't care. They come in here. Alright, let's get to the good guys.
Green shows up, whatever.
Yeah.
They're all here.
But these guys, when they show up, and it's all like, stopping at the castle, they're not fair. They all get here, and they go in here, and they're like, I don't know what we're doing here. There's some sort of recognition going on between some people.
Yeah. You can, if you catch the subtle glances.
Yeah, there's subtle glances in there, but still don't really know. And so he says, "Hey everyone, we're gonna go have dinner first."
No. Gong.
Oh, gong.
Gong. Flap, 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 flap.
Hippo rings the gong.
Hippo gong.
All right. So then they all go into dinner, and they're seated around the table exactly like something. We can just look at it. Yeah. All right.
We'll fix it in a minute.
You'll fix it. All right. So they go in, and they're in the dinner table, and it's awkward. And Peacock. This Peacock. I don't know these colors of these people.
She's all like, blue, yeah.
This is really awkward. This is, I don't know.
I'll start it off.
Here. I'm going to talk a lot. All right.
There you go.
Then finally, so they get there, and Peacock's like, "Oh, this is my favorite recipe of the food," which is weird. And then finally, where is he?
Well, I don't think you really catch out. I don't think you really catch that the first time.
I don't know. I catch it the first time. I get to that. It's interesting. But she says it.
Could have been anything.
All
could
right.
have been chicken soup.
So eventually, we hear the doorbell ring, and so he goes away. We're still in here in the dining room.
Yeah, the butler.
You hear this go on over there, and you hear the door lock. He's like, "Why are you locking me in?" This you guys said, "Why do you lock me in here?" And he says,
this conversation is really telling.
Yes, it is.
It's extremely telling.
Unlock this door right now, over my dead body. All right, and it's a very, very crucial conversation that happens there.
Body.
He comes in here. He sits at the head of the table.
Whatever.
Here. All right. And they say, okay, this guy, he also got a letter. Everyone got a letter. We've now revealed
Hold
that.
on, don't forget that he grabs her
Wadsworth
butt. That's a very important part.
Grabs his butt. Okay. Grabs his butt. All right. So, yeah, he's like, "Hi, honey, how you doing?"
Yeah. That's my favorite part.
So they've got something going on. We already know they know each other. So they've all gotten a letter. He got a letter, but his letter's different from all of their letters. Wadsworth also got a letter. So everyone there has this letter. They're all under his false identity. And Ghost Guy's going under the name Mr. Body. That's his name.
Mr. Black.
Mr. Black.
Mr. Black.
There's actually another version of the game where they have a Mr. Black instead of a Mr. Body.
Is he a black
It's a
guy?
different. I don't know, but that's anyway. Then that one, and so Wadsworth says, "All right, everyone, you don't like the presence of this guy. We're gonna go journey into the lounge." And then they go over to the lounge, right next door.
Foreshadowing with that ghost piece.
Not at all. Not at all foreshadowing. They go into the lounge. She's over in the billiard room.
We might as well just call him Mr. Body.
Hook's in the kitchen. What?
Wait, there's no bathroom in this place.
No. There is no bathroom in the Clue House.
That's really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, now, here's where we go.
It's not awkward at all.
He said, so Wadsworth says, alright, we've got all of you here. You've all got secrets. You've all been being blackmailed. We realize in the dining room that they all work and have connections to Washington, have connections to the government.
Yeah.
Now Wadsworth says they're all being blackmailed. He says how all of them are being blackmailed. Getting it out in the open for everyone.
And then he exposes Mr. Body.
Yes, and that's what he says. That's the connection. Don't you realize this is the guy who's blackmailing you?
Yeah.
What? Everything explodes. So he says, alright guys, I've got something for you.
Gives them all presents.
Because Wadsworth's idea is, now we know everyone's secrets here. What we're going to do is go to the police and just confess what's going on here and get Mr. Body to go to jail. Right? Good idea. Mr. Body says, I've got a better idea. I've got all these presents for you. He hands out the gun, the revolver, the candlestick, the rope, the lead pipe.
All in presents.
The knife and the wrench. All in presents. And so I think that it's a really good way of introducing the board game elements into here. Like, I don't know, it's an interesting assortment of weapons. So they're all handed out to each person. Each person has one. And what's his what does Body say? What's his plea to them? He wants them to kill Wadsworth. That's it. Yeah. He's like, let's kill Wadsworth. Go on our merry way. We'll all be fine.
Yeah.
Just imagine getting beat to death with a candlestick. That's horrible.
A lot of them are pretty bad.
I'd rather just get shot or stabbed.
But it is an older revolver. I don't know if, depending on where you get shot, you might just bleed out for a long time.
That's true.
The one thing in this game that's horrible is the rope.
Yeah.
Because everything's going to cause blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
Except
the rope, unless they got a staircase. If they tossed it on a staircase and threw it over and snapped your neck, but that would be a lot more work. I think they'd mostly just suffocate you.
There'd still be marks in your neck.
So he says, all right, I'm gonna. We are all just gonna kill him, and you all have weapons, so we don't really need to know who did it. Let's just turn off the lights, and he'll be dead. Mm-hmm. Turn off the lights, and I was gonna hook up all the lights and make him turn off, but don't feel like it. And then lights turn on. Mr. Body's on the floor. We hear all these noises. We hear gunshots going off. Things are dropped.
Yeah.
Screams. And, when the lights turn on, Mr. Body's on the floor. Professor Plum goes over to him. He's dead. Because Professor Plum he's a doctor of some sort. So he says he's dead. So they say, who did it? The gun went off. I don't know.
Yeah, they all panic and it's just a bunch of crazy accusations and shit.
And everyone's getting all crazy because one of them's a murderer. They don't know who it is.
Green beats the shit out of Miss Peacock, which is very nice.
I had to stop her.
He goes screaming. All right, and then they hear. They say, maybe he was poisoned. And Peacock goes, it might be poison. And then we hear a scream. And from the billiard room, so then they all go running off.
Oh god, I hate that song.
So they're all in the billiard room. Why did you scream? I was listening in. So she was listening in on the recorded conversation, what was going on there, so that Wadsworth could have all the things recorded and send it to the police. But she heard that they might be poisoned, and she was drinking the cognac as well, so she was scared for that. And they're like, what's going on? Well, who else is in the house? Who else could have possibly done this? The cook.
Yeah.
The cook!
You also almost sound like the Mexican hat dance.
And they say, where's the cook? And Mr. Green...
Mr. Green.
Looks around and is like, well, I can't find her anywhere. Cook's got the knife in her. He tries to help her, falls down.
It's just playing doll time here.
Totally.
We're playing dolls.
So
it's playing a movie.
So now the cook's dead, and then they take her back. They take her back because Wadsworth wants to keep the kitchen clean because he's a butler.
Yeah.
So they take her back to the lounge, All right.
They drop her at the door
Yeah.
because
Because there's nobody. There's nobody.
nobody.
There's nobody in there.
Wait, what do you mean?
So then that's crazy. But while they're looking around for it, Miss Peacock goes. She's like, I need to. Is there a washroom in here? No, just powder my nose.
So there was no bathroom.
There's no bathroom because she doesn't get to the bathroom. As
So
far
she
as
pulled a Homer.
I think there is a
Just
bathroom in this in the movie. There's a bathroom, and somewhere between the hall and the lounge because they do.
It's in the hallway. Yeah,
It's in the hallway. They show it there. So they go. She goes to the bathroom, but while she's in the bathroom, you hear a scream, and then there's Body. He's there, grabbing onto her. They run out to stop it, but it's dead. Dead Body. This time, he's really dead. Professor Plum, not that great of a doctor because he's a doctor of psychology. I guess doesn't know how to take a pulse.
Can't keep it in his pants.
Yeah. So
Homeopathic medicine.
yeah, this time they check him. He's actually dead, and Candlestick falls on.
Miss Peacock, who's dead now.
No.
Too soon.
Candlestick falls on Green, Mr. Green?
Oh no, falls on Wadsworth.
On Wadsworth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm not shouting.
yeah, not shouting. Falls down. All right.
Okay,
So,
I'm shouting. I'm shouting. I'm shouting. I'm shouting.
Falls on him. All right. They drag the bodies back into the lounge. Now, at this time, then we get our first guest. I think so. I think our first guest arrived.
Maybe.
Driver.
The driver?
Driver comes in, and all right.
I don't remember this movie verbatim.
They all run around. They come back, and he says, "Can I use your phone?"
Yes!
You can use the one in the study. Study. So then he goes in the study.
Lock.
They lock him in there. All right. What are we going to do about these bodies? We got to do something about this. They need to search the house.
Yes.
Yeah. So now they need to search the house, and they need to split up into pairs. And they split up into, let's see, we've got, so it goes by straws. I know we've got the gay guy, yeah, they're in the kitchen. All right. And did they lock up all the weapons at this point? I think they do. They lock up all the weapons. The weapons are all locked up in the lounge with all the dead bodies.
They probably locked.
Oh yeah, because he's gonna throw the key and then.
Yeah, that's why the driver thing happens. Is because they were gonna. Yeah, they lock up the.
Yeah,
weapons.
they go to throw out the key and then,
and then
see
the
driver's there.
Yeah.
All right. So they're all in here.
Do they remove the knife from who's it? I don't remember.
I think they
No,
leave it in there.
it's still in. Yeah, it's still in the hippo. All right. So Green is with the maid, and
Taking care of the top up.
Scarlet is with Plum,
Wadsworth was white.
White, and then Mustard and Garlic. Right? Alright. Down? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. And they all take different levels. Now, this one's not a 3D one, so it doesn't really work. They search down here, which is where the case file is, so they don't really need that one.
They don't really need to go down there.
Yeah. They search
Don't need that
it.
information.
They search all the different levels, which in this one has, I guess, it's got first story, second story, a basement, and
Make a
cellar.
3D.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that would be bad.
All right, he's in here. While they're searching, this guy gets killed at some point. It's the gunshot that we hear. So they all come back. Keep their pairs. Beep. And so it was the maid try to shoot the door off to get it open. They find him. Look at another body.
Well, they're these two. Who's in there? There's a pair of people in here.
Yes.
They're saying, "Let us out, let us out."
Oh.
It's these two.
Let us out, let us out. Let us in, let us in. Shoot the thing to get us open.
No, it was Miss Scarlet was in there, wasn't she?
Whatever. Don't
This
care.
isn't a very accurate
I did switch it wrong.
Okay.
I was-
yeah, all right.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Let us out. Let us
Yeah.
out. Let us in. Let us in. Let us out. Let us out. All right. They get.
Yeah, because Plum tries to pick up on Miss Peacock at that point.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Hey.
oh, she's so old, but he's...
It's Plum. He gets every. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are. He takes everyone.
can't
We don't
keep
really.
it
It's tough to tell Peacock's age in it, really. Because all the stuff that she wears,
Uh-huh.
it's, I don't know, kind of masks
I'm pretty
her.
sure she's.
I think you can tell just by the stuff she wears.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think it makes her look even older than she is anyway. But, so they're all in the, now they take that body back in the lounge, and that's all happening, but then we got another door. They say they gotta go away or else they're gonna get killed. So we go back to the front, and it's a police officer. That's not good.
Now
He
I
says,
know who this
I saw an abandoned car on the road.
Doesn't use to.
So they said, no, there's not.
Yeah.
No, we're fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
And it was really weird though because he was a black cop back.
Oh wait, so he's
It's kind of impossible.
in 1950s. That is. You know, I didn't think about that. But it's New
Always
England.
racist.
It's the northern states. There's a chance.
It was a trial run.
Maybe he was a stripper. I mean, when he came in, he
Oh, so
noticed
all black people are strippers.
he immediately or prostitute. He immediately noticed the maid. He immediately recognized the maid. So, do I know you from somewhere?
Yeah.
The keys in because of what we know about her, and so
he's a stripper.
he knows her as somewhere in the
Pimp.
yeah, maybe a pimp. So he's all right. So this dead body's still in the study. This dead body's still in the lounge because they go in. He says, "Can I use your phone? You can use one in the lounge. No, not, the study. No, the library. Library. You can use the one in the library. All right. So he put him to the library. They lock him in. Why are you
I like
locking
his
him in?
reaction too. It was just like, you shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
Like a real cop's like, hey asshole, I'm gonna shoot you guys.
This is 1950. He's a black cop in 1950, so he doesn't really have the authority. I mean,
okay.
he could get
And also, I
fired.
think, like in Europe, if it is in Europe, they don't
No,
have
New
guns.
England. New England.
Yeah, the new one.
New,
the old one.
not old,
Not
not
the old
old
one.
England. New
Sorry.
England, because of Washington D.C. and state secrets and all that. All right, so we still need to search the house.
Oh, and then he gets that call.
Yeah, so he
He's
gets
all,
he gets a
"Who?"
phone call. You need to open up the store. I'm going to arrest you for obstructing of justice and murder. Murder? What do you mean murder? I was just trying to get your attention. And why is J. Edgar Hoover calling on your phone while he's on everyone else's phone? Why shouldn't it be on my phone? So he goes in. Wadsworth goes in to take the call. They say, "Hey, a police officer wants to look around the house." He says, "Sure, you can look around the kitchen or the dining room." Or the ballroom. All right.
Mr. Green's like, sure.
Green's, I'll take you to the kitchen. Or the dining room. Or the ballroom. So this is the dining room. No kidding. So, but meanwhile, they're all here. They're trying to make everything look
They're
good.
making out.
I don't care where everyone is. They're all in places.
That was kind of gross though. They're making out with the dead bodies.
Yeah, he goes in to look at stuff. He says, you don't want to go in there. It's all too terrible. Looks in, they're all making out.
Yeah.
Getting on, looking around in the study, gets right there in the study.
And it's kind of gross because that guy's just like watching him. Make out, it seems.
This guy's drunk, dead drunk. All right, so
Right.
yeah, get him a little back.
Sitting there just beating off, watching two people go at it.
So yeah,
All that beating off sure does get you tired.
Yep.
dead tired.
You gotta go down that road right now.
So then Wadsworth comes out from the phone call. This officer is there, and he says, "I can explain. That's all right. I've seen everything. Oh no, it's like you don't need to explain anything. That's all right. Really? That's a free country. I didn't know it was that free.
He is British.
He is British, so yeah. So he thought he got away with murder there. He's very happy. He goes back. I need to use that phone again. All right, lock again. Why are you locking me in here? They still need to search the house. So they go.
Yeah, they continue their search.
They're all spread out, so we don't know where anyone is. So during the search, and all the craziness happens, at some point,
The lights go out.
So cop gets killed, and then she's somewhere, and she says, I know who, it's like, oh, this is very frightening. I recognize these people, and oh my god, it's you. And then she's dead. I forgot to mention, before the driver got killed, it says, what's weird is that one of these people is my old boss. He gets killed.
Yeah.
You know what's weird too is they all seem to be able to put on gloves before they do anything. So they're carrying around these bulky gloves. They're like, hold on. Okay.
That could just be the interpretation that the movie shows. They get the gloves in there.
If they didn't have the gloves on, then you wouldn't have any of the...
No, I know, but it just, if you think about all of them carrying around these extra gloves, just happen to, and they're just, okay.
And then at some point during all the craziness too, then the singing telegram shows up.
That
It's
part
a
was
few
fun.
words. And you're singing telegram. Yep.
Yeah, that part was fun.
Played by Jane Weedland.
Who?
Jane Weedland?
I don't know who that is. Why would I leave her there?
Weedland?
She's dead.
Jane Weedland. Yeah, she's dead. Okay.
And then the great part is that they just leave her on the front.
Yeah, they leave everyone
They're
there.
like fed up. They're like,
All right, now they're trying to figure out what's going on. Then they start retracing all of their steps. They get to the door at one point, and there's a guy up there. He says, "Kingdom of Heaven is at hand." He's got the watchtower in his hand. He's all getting him. All right, they run around.
Hey, what happened to her body then?
Recapping
If
the
that
whole
dude was
thing.
there? What happened to her body if the dude showed up with the
This body? Her body. They didn't.
Probably just took
They
it.
didn't explain that one.
That kind of makes
That one
sense.
didn't make sense. There's a body there. It's in the bushes. The dogs
Okay.
are eating it. How about that?
Okay.
All right. So they're recapping everything, and then they start making their accusations here. So just like in the game of Clue,
Well,
Wadsworth is making his different claims.
saying this is...
I know who did it. It was, so they explained some of them, like, it could have been you doing this one.
Which was
So our
horrible.
first-
Like, I did not like that at all.
What?
When I first saw this as a kid, it was one of my favorite movies. I watched it on VHS over and over. Watching it now, like, I was just annoyed as everybody else was, where they're like, get to it already! I was like, "Ugh." All that running. Oh, God, that's why I hate that song.
All right, our first killer is Scarlet?
Well, that was
Yeah, Scarlet.
Scarlet first.
I think it's...
Turn out your, so they
or is it
realize... I think it's Scarlet first. You realize the person who killed the murderer has to be, because the last thing that happened was a shooting, and so the person who has the revolver must be the murderer. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Women, turn out your purses. And she pulls out the gun and says, "Very clever. I'm gonna, screw you guys. I'm gonna do this."
Cops haven't been called.
Communism was just a red herring, and yeah. So she goes away, right? But she does. Oh, she's gonna shoot. Oh, she's like, all of you guys are fine, but Wadsworth here.
I'm gonna get paid in secrets.
Yeah, I'm gonna get paid in secrets. So I'm gonna still blackmail all of you people. But Wadsworth doesn't have any state secrets because he's just a butler. So I'm gonna kill you. He says, "That's very good, but we already used all the bullets."
Yeah.
2 plus
there
1
was-
plus 1 plus 2.
Yes, there was one shot.
1 plus 2
But-
plus 1 plus 2.
One shot in the study, 2 shots in the hall,
Yeah.
one shot at the one shot in the study, 2 shots in the hall, 2 shots in the library, and 1 shot at the door at the end. It says no, because there was only 1 shot here and 2 shots there and 1 shot there and 1 shot there. Yes, but 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. Either way, 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Yeah.
Or if it was 1, there's still 1 left. But then, cops come at the door and arrest her, and then say, "It doesn't matter, there's, the gun's not even loaded," shoots off, hits the ceiling fan. 1 plus 2 plus 2 falls behind. Yeah, that's true. But then it tells us
Oh.
That's how
that's how it could have happened, and then we rewind partway through they're going back. All right, we get to the point. This one, this is where he points out, oh, you noticed that Scarlet or Peacock
was missing when they're in the kitchen.
Yeah, Peacock was missing at that point. She was, but also she noticed recognized the recipe and monkey brains, popular in Cantonese dining, not usually found in here. So that's when they said, so turn out everything, and now she has it. She's like, all right, all of you, communism was just a red herring, and he said, Wadsworth is like, very good, we think it's great what you did. Now we can all, go home, go about our ways. Like, we applaud you. Yay, for she's a jolly good fellow. And she goes out and she leaves. She gets to her car, and there's this stupid hippie guy, and he's like, Kingdom of Heaven is at hand. And
Part of
says,
me wished it was George Carlin.
yeah, it
that'd
kind of
be
looked
good.
like George Carlin there. There's a lot of lookalikes in this film, or a few lookalikes in this film.
Yeah.
So he's one of those, almost George Carlin. And then they all pop out and they take him. And now he's always get our man and all of that. I remember his other line in there. He's good lines in each of the versions. But then it tells us that's not even what happened. So we just watched two endings that aren't real at all. They're just made up.
They were wrong.
And now we get to know what really happened.
The players were
I'm not
wrong.
going to spoil it. This is not like some movie.
But now we get to
That movie.
now we get to know what really happened. And this one I think is the most interesting of all the ways. The other ones are like, just one person killing everyone.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. You have to go really roundabout ways to why each person would want to kill all of the people, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead bodies there. That's a lot of people. Why would they want to kill all them and not the rest of them? So now we find out, each person had their own reasons for why they wanted to kill everyone, except Mr. Green didn't kill anyone. But everyone else killed someone. And crazy Mr. Green didn't kill anyone. But now Wadsworth reveals, hey, guess what? Mr. Body, he was the butler. I'm actually the guy who was blackmailing all of you.
Yeah.
What? But now what is it? Now he's gonna get their more secrets from them. Or I think he's gonna keep on.
He's going to continue to blackmail.
He's gonna continue to blackmail all of them.
But this was the gang of informants. All
The informants, all the people who could incriminate him and turn him in that he didn't have stuff on. So all the people that are left, he still has secrets. He's tied. They've helped him by cleaning up all his loose ends. Thank you all for doing that. Very good. But all of a sudden.
He said nobody's called the police.
Yeah, he's got the blind. Yeah, he said nobody called the police. Peacock. But of course, no one's called the police. So he's going to get away. Except Mr. Green's got a gun. Pulls out the gun.
Shoots him.
Shoots him. Oh, good shot. Very good shot. Bleeding. Dead. And then our Mountie guy comes in. Our crazy hippie undercover agent
George
comes
Carlin.
in. George Carlin lookalike comes in.
Told you I didn't do it.
Yeah. I told you I didn't do it. And then everyone's going to say, all right, who done it? Everyone goes crazy. It's like, all right.
You want to know who killed Mr. Body?
And then we find out from our confidential file, it was Mr. Green in the hall with the revolver.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Because he's actually Mr. Body. And he killed him in the hall with the revolver.
Oh, I get it.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone else got killed all different ways with all sorts of different weapons and all of that. And, so there's our movie. That was the quick recap there. Only took about, half an hour. Still, the rest of the movie. So any favorite parts on there?
I thought it was funny that, it being made in the 80s, that the fact that he's gay, that everybody's freaking out.
And I really like the communist that when Wadsworth says, my wife had some friends that were communists, and everyone was, terrible. Not even that they were communists, they had some friends. I think they did a great job with staying in the time period. And I really like that they set it in that time period. If it had been set in the 80s, it would be dated, it wouldn't work.
I do like the French maid outfit.
Yeah, that did. It was good. Added a lot to the comedy there. Yeah.
It was just nice.
It was good. It was of all the board game adapted movies.
Yeah,
what do we
all
have?
those.
Battleship and
Oh god, yeah, that's right.
yeah.
I didn't see that.
Battleship doesn't even do like giant alien robots and stuff. Like that game doesn't work. This game. It
works compared to Candyland. It's coming.
It's a murder mystery thing. It makes sense that you're doing it. Candyland's one that it's got a little more. It's got at least the depth of the world and the characters in there. There's stuff you can do with it. You have to kind of interpret the stuff that's going on the board. Mm-hmm. But this one, it's you're basically just doing a murder mystery movie.
If you're gonna make a movie out of old board games, this is probably the best one.
I think there's other ones you can do, but they're going to be a much different.
It's going to be Monopoly would be boring.
Well, it would
Life would be horrible.
Monopoly would be something similar to like Wall Street or something. It would be something.
I don't think you'd be able to get the essence of the game if you were playing Monopoly.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't feel much like the game. This one's great because that one you have to kind of get like a dog and a race cards and stuff. You have to get complicated with that. This one, the weapons lead themselves really well to it. You have different characters. They change up the way that the characters have been interpreted on the cover art.
Yeah.
But you can interpret Miss White as that, and because they're aliases, that really worked well. You've got all of your locations set. You've got the weapons set. You've got the characters set, and then you just add in other elements to it. But you've got your basic murder mystery. Family Guy had talked; they were going to do a Clue episode, and it ended up being there were some similarities to it, and they made some references to the old movie, but it was kind of based off of Agatha Christie murder mystery stuff. It was called, and then there were fewer. I think that's what the episode was called. But there are some parallels to the movie that you can find there. But it's all your favorite Family Guy characters, and
I'm sure Meg dies a few times.
This is a canon episode. It's not like the Star Wars episodes where they told a story. This is one that they were all going to this place. Mm-hmm. So in the beginning of it, it's I forget.
It was a good episode.
Yeah, I forget who gets killed in the beginning of it.
Oh, I remember that one. Is it the one where it looks like a shape of a penis when it goes overhead?
Nope. That is one of Quagmire's places.
Yeah,
it's like a whole bunch of the town, and not just like six people.
Lots of people in the town.
A whole bunch of people in the town. Go to.
It was a season premiere of the last season, I think.
And the murderer. I remember who the murderer was. I don't remember who she killed.
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I know who it was, but I don't want to reveal it.
Look, he's looking at her boobs.
You haven't seen it.
She's always looking at her boobs.
She's really, and they're natural too, right? I mean, 85.
Probably.
That'd be an amazing plastic surgery for the time.
Yeah.
If
they have to be real. In my mind, they're real.
Plus, it was 1954.
Well, yeah.
Then they do move quite a bit if they're fake. Like,
no, I'm pretty.
Usually they don't move that much if they're real.
Well, they move, but they jiggle more if they're real.
Yeah,
and they pancake a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
So we've got. Whenever this movie comes up, it's really interesting because there's always someone who talks about Susan Sarandon in it.
Yeah, but she's
not in it.
This woman's hotter than Susan Sarandon, by the way.
I think she's very similar to Susan Sarandon.
Except
no matter how many times I know it's not her, you got to think that one of them lost out to parts of the other at some point.
Well, she's not as good as an actress, but she's hotter. She's prettier.
I don't know. It's good as an actress. I have to see different roles. I don't know what else she did.
Well, I guess it's Clue, but
put on something else.
Yeah, you can't really judge them by Clue as their acting chops.
This one had John Landis producing, but not directing. Jonathan Lynn was the director of it, who also directed My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Did a couple other things, but those are kind of his big hits. This was his first movie. And I think John Landis probably had a lot more of a hand in it. Yeah, you definitely... It feels like a John Landis movie.
Yeah, can't say I remember too much. I remember parts of Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
It's a good one to rewatch.
It's a good movie.
I really like that one. But just it's funny. John Landis comes up and it's like what he did during Twilight Zone and after Twilight Zone. Director of Thriller.
Oh, Twilight Zone.
And just frickin' Mr. Green looks like Barry Bostwick and...
Does he? Well, I guess, yeah, he does.
As Brad,
but,
I mean.
Yeah. Well, he does very much look like him. I think of...
Is he Saturday Night Live guy?
Yeah, he was in Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's on The Simpsons too, right?
He does some episodes, but mostly because he was in the Spinal Tap episode.
Yeah.
Michael McKean. Very funny actor with that. Christopher Lloyd looks a lot like Doc Brown.
Yeah. And the butler looks a lot like Frankfurter.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that.
And Satan from Legend.
Well,
and it.
Yeah. I think Lee Bing is even on... Does he do Family Guy voices now? I don't know. He's interesting. Madeline Kahn looks like from Mad TV. Yeah, he looked like a man. He looks just like a man. Yeah. So you had seen this movie tons of times before.
I loved it as a kid. Watching it again, it was just Oh
When?
god,
Yeah, I've seen this so much.
Let's
too.
see, this one came out in
I've seen
'85.
this
So
movie
when
a
did you
lot.
first see this one?
I have no clue. I was probably
No clue?
7 or 8.
Did you see it? Did you see it in theaters?
No, we had on VHS.
Oh man,
And I wore that bad boy out.
I don't know if I've seen. I don't know if I saw it in theaters.
It was amazing as a kid.
'85. So
probably
I did.
couldn't
I did not. I first saw it on Comedy Central.
I don't even know where it released. No.
Yeah, 85.
I was just like,
don't think you
if
saw
I did,
this.
I wouldn't have remembered it. And no, I didn't.
I first saw it on Comedy Central, and it because of Comedy Central at
Although
the
we
time,
could-
especially
Uh-huh.
it was all that they played for a few years. It played like every day, so I watched it pretty much every single time it was on.
We could still see it in theaters.
Yeah, I have seen it in theaters many times now,
I need to.
but
see
not the initial release of it.
Is it Sins the Flesh that does that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do that. They usually once a year, but sometimes not.
Shadowcast in LA.
Yeah, up in Los Angeles. Very, very nice.
I really want to go see that. Like, I really want to. I actually want to do it myself.
I think they do a really
I really wanna do
great
it.
job. Great job.
Comedy at doors like this would be so fun on stage.
Mm.
It would be amazing.
So in the original, the story I had heard, because I don't know because I didn't see it for sure, but it verified in it. When this originally released in theaters, it would different theaters would have different cuts of the film.
Yeah.
So some of the theaters had the first ending, and then some of them had the second ending, some of them had the third ending. So you didn't get this is how it could have happened, this is how it could have happened. It's kind of like the game where each time you play it, it's different. This one they had
I see.
3 different endings. There's a musical version of this where there are 600 something different endings, and the audience picks out the character, the item, and the location, and they pick that out before.
Is it just voted?
It's they like randomly draw them, and then the ending comes for whenever it comes in the musical. And I saw a production of that, but just a small production of it. That was from the '90s that they originally started that on Broadway.
That's pretty
Broadway.
cool.
Yeah,
So that's a fun way to do it, but you can't do 600 endings for a movie. That's a little much for this, but they did the 3. So it's interesting that when if you had seen this movie in theaters, if you got that ending where Peacock did it, that's all you know. That's the one you see. Then you go home and talk about it with some friends, and all of a sudden they didn't see the same one either. What?
Oh.
What?
That's messed up. I bet relationships had ended over this.
No, you're wrong.
What's wrong with you, you stupid?
Don't you know it was this one? But maybe it got some more people out to the theaters.
See it a few times.
And it made $14 million in the box office.
Oh wow.
That's it's
Well, how
kind
much
of
did it
low,
cost?
but
Back then, how much
yeah.
did it cost? I mean, this
I'm
doesn't
sure
seem like
it couldn't have been too much. Did they have it in there?
I know.
No.
7,500.
It could not have been that.
No, I wouldn't.
had
I
to
wouldn't
be
imagine
green.
they would have.
Had to be in the
Mr. Green.
green.
Yes, sir.
So now all the versions of it that you ever see are with all 3 endings on it, and that's how they played it on Comedy
I don't
Central.
think this would be as good watching it in the theater with just like the first ending. Let's say.
I think it would still be funny, and you still like it.
Wouldn't be as good.
But I like seeing all the different endings.
Yeah.
I think that definitely adds to it. But I don't know. Oh, it was. It cost $15 million to make. It almost made its money back, but it didn't. But I'm sure by now, because with the
Did they do like the mansion like
Yeah.
OG? Maybe that's what it was.
Did they build the entire mansion on the set? They could. Yeah, they probably built that on a soundstage.
Well, I mean, they do have Doc Brown, who was like at the height,
Yeah, you've got him at the height. You've got
and Tim Curry.
quite a lot of these people are kind of big stars that would have done it afterwards, and Susan Sarandon.
Oh, God.
Academy
Very
Award
Boston.
Yeah, you got some big people in this. Yeah, it's sad. I didn't make it back on that.
Wow, I can't believe that's amazing. But then again, that's high production cost. Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
They must have built this whole thing, and then there's like all these props too. It's very intricate. Like, there's shit everywhere.
Yeah, if they had to build that thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you just build the rooms you need all on one level on the sound stage, but it's still a lot of props to get. I'm sure they could have found that. I'm thinking most of it probably went to the actors. Maybe some to John Landis is producing with it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the Thriller music video cost like $1 million to shoot, and that was around the same time. And this was a little longer than a music video. Or maybe they just don't know how to budget. I don't know. Or not how to market. They probably didn't know how to market. Clue, the board game. Board game's now a movie.
Yeah.
But I think the comedy really worked in that too. Like that's
the comedy words always get like those the witty. Like, I had to use the ladies' room. Oh, down the wee.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just need to find it.
It's
as a kid that was all funny. Now it was just like.
Well, it's tough watching a comedy that you've seen so many times.
Yeah.
Because you know all the jokes and you know them coming. So in rewatching it now, you can't really get a fresh look at it. I mean, I know it so well. I can't remember that. Except there's certain parts that really get me. And I think of just a few of the Kim Kerr lines, especially. But I can't remember the exact lines that I like actually cracked up watching this again.
Yeah.
But it could have been around the time I was getting the phone call from J. Edgar Hoover on it's not everyone else's phone.
Yeah.
Or the Free Country one. That's a good one for me.
Sorry, God, it's America.
That's America. What's wrong? All right. So yeah, good. Any other like great standout things or mentioned in this one?
I thought there was like this one moment that really bothered me, but it was a character. It might have just been a character thing. Probably was. It's Curly Mustard. It was pretty early in the movie with the kid, the chef getting knifed in the back, and then Miss Scarlet goes to grab it, and she's like, "No, don't touch that."
Yeah.
Grabs the knife. Don't touch the knife.
Yeah, he does that. But he's just like means don't take it out, I guess.
No, he says about fingerprints.
Yeah, he's. I was like, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
He's just trying to be funny. I don't know.
Maybe it's a.
His character was played. No, it's because his character was played off to be like an idiot. So.
Yeah. A lot of them are kind of idiots. Well, mostly him and Plum are definitely idiots in there.
They're all kind of. No, I guess not all.
They're not all the brightest people. But, I mean, Wadsworth's pretty smart in there, and
then Green is just clumsy and, like,
he's playing.
I think he's playing a lot of that.
Because when he changes at the end, he's like,
yeah, I'm going to
go sleep with my wife.
So he's not gay, thank God.
He's a plant. Yeah, that would have been terrible. Like, they couldn't have done that in the 80s. Have an actual gay character.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little too progressive for them.
I bet you there's people, too, they're, like, disgusted the whole time. They're like, oh, thank God.
I was talking recently
he's
about...
straight.
There hasn't been that I know of, at least in the British royal family, a gay couple. That would be like the craziest, like a gay royal wedding.
That'd be pretty crazy.
That'd be insane.
Elton John would be there for sure.
That might happen.
Oh yeah,
Elton
John's definitely going to play that one
if he's alive.
Yeah, they'll use his head. They're going to bring him back.
They're going to pull some Disney
stuff. They'll Tupac that shit.
Yeah.
Hologram of him.
Yeah, hologram Elton John.
Selling out Coachella.
Yeah. That'd be funny. Live your life.
Alright, so what do you rate this movie then? You brought it up. Let's go start with Tony. What do you rate?
Well, going in there as a kid, I was like thinking that was going to be a 4 for sure. I brought it down. I would have done a 2.5. I just really didn't ended up enjoying it.
2.5?
Yeah, maybe up to a 3, just for Netflix reasons, but
well, Netflix reasons. I don't care about Netflix reasons. Netflix knows you based on you. It'll do what you. It'll get it right.
So I guess I'd have to put it down as a 3, but
3 that you have because you can't.
Yeah,
you don't need a 2.
I rounded up,
but
3.
you want your 2.5.
Yeah.
How about you?
This is one of the few times where I while I'm probably enjoying it less than I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I've watched the movie so many freaking times.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, even now, I found a lot of enjoyment. Where I found a lot of enjoyment was looking for people missing. And looking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
trying to actually make sense of it and to say...
And, like, randomly, these 2 people are gone, and then they randomly just show up in the shot again, like, later. It was like, what the heck? So, I had a lot, I had a lot of fun, like, just looking for that. And, I had some fun doing that. And so, I mean, I would give it a 4 because I like a lot of what this movie is. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the few exceptions where it's like, okay, I'll err on the side of giving it my original rating. I'll give it my original rating because I want Netflix to know, like, oh, this is the kind of comedy I like. Because I do really enjoy these types of comedies, and I want to see more like it.
There's a glove.
Yeah. I think, it was fun, but I'd never want to see something like this again. I give it a 1 star.
Wow.
I think it was pretty bad. That's what I could have rated it.
Oh man, you got me.
I was going to do 3 endings, but I'll just do the 2. No, I've watched this so many times as a kid, and rewatching again this time. I went to watch it last night because I didn't have any time to watch it. All right, I'm going to put it on while I'm going to sleep, just so I can refresh myself with it because I know it pretty well.
Yeah.
So because of that, I didn't get any sleep last night because I stayed up watching the entire thing in detail. Because I love this movie so much.
Yeah, this is a fun movie.
And I try to fault it for anything, but I can't. This is one of those for me. It's so great, and I can watch it over and over again. I don't have the time to rewatch it so many times, but whenever if there's a Shadowcast of it, I'll go see it.
Oh, definitely, the Shadow. Oh,
I love it. I love going to see that. It's a great one. So I have to give it 5 stars. This is a 5-star comedy for me. I love it. So great,
Interesting.
Great pick. So we got 2.5, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
It's good. That's good variance.
That's nice.
That's all. I mean, we've had some higher discrepancies, but with I think there's a 1 and a 5. I go back.
Tony and I have both given a 1 once for each other's picks.
Yeah, we got it. I have to go back for the year-end episode of this. We'll have to.
Get the list.
Yeah. Montage. Gotta figure out where.
Well, we already won't know what number 1 is now because my last pick.
I mean, we talked about yeah. That's a good one. But I mean, we'll have to rank them. We'll see where we go. All right.
Get the year end.
Tony, what board game based movie are you going to pick next?
I am choosing a movie called Special.
Special. This is actually the second board game based movie we've done.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the first one?
World Wars.
The Scrabble World Wars.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, this is the second movie
based on a board game.
Based on a board game.
And then Big Fish. Have you guys played Big Fish?
No, not.
It's really good.
That was a board game based on a movie. Some work.
Special. 2006 Special.
Special.
So I'm sure there's different specials. This one is
Something.
with Michael Rappaport.
Oh.
It's
what year is it?
2006.
2006. All right, I'll write that down.
And that's all I'll tell you.
That's all it is?
Yeah.
Description reading? No.
Can we do that? Avoid the Netflix description?
Should we avoid it like before?
No, I don't even want to know. I want you to watch and be like,
all right,
what's going on? And then what?
Special.
And then whoa.
Special from 2006.
Yeah.
All right, so just don't read it. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah.
Don't read. All right.
It's a good one though.
Yeah. We'll see you. See you next week. Special. Thanks for watching and listening, or listening. If you watch without listening, it's an interesting thing. I just really like watching us.
That's really weird, actually.
It's a weird thing.
Somebody with a Kleenex box next to
him. I can get you not wanting to hear us, but wanting to.
Some guy just watching John playing with dolls, masturbating.
South Park episode, yeah.
Well, I mean, the doll. If you're just watching the dolls.
And on that note,
I like these last couple episodes. It's gone clean, gone right to the dumps at the very end.
Oh man,
is that how it usually goes?
That's how it's been going. All right, share us with your friends.
Thumbs up if you like poop.
Yeah, thumbs up if you.
Hey, we had the poop jokes at the beginning.
Poop?
We had poop jokes at the beginning.
The poop. Oh, well, the shoot.
Yeah,
That's right.
I know.
All right. Thank you all for watching.
Thanks.
See ya. Good night.